It's Stacy here, and I'm here to talk all things Alaska. I hope you're getting excited and ready for your trip. So I wanted to talk about all the things that I've sent you in your email. I wanted to start out by saying you have that individual link that has all of your documents. Everything I'm going to talk about is in that link, so be sure and read that. I'm sending everyone luggage tags. It'll have your luggage tags in the holders, as well as luggage tags like for your address and things like that you'll use for your flight. Don't put your luggage tags for the cruise line on until you get to Vancouver. Also, your link has the packing list that I'm about to talk about, tips from me, an Amazon link for things for Alaska, things for cruising. So be sure and take a look at that, places to eat in port, and so much more. The main thing with packing is you just want to pack in layers. The weather just varies so much. People think Alaska it's going to be freezing, but it's still summer, so Alaska's going to vary greatly. When we're on the ship doing glacier viewing days, that's going to be a colder day. If you're doing something in Denali where you're going back a little further, that's going to be a colder day. But if you're just in, Ketchikan or Juneau, it's probably going to be a warmer day. Rain is always on the radar. At some point or another, Ketchikan has rain pretty much every day. A rain jacket is pretty much a must. So I definitely invest in that if you don't have one. As far as evenings, I'm getting a lot of questions about that. Casual dress, they do have 2 elegant nights. Most people will wear like maybe some slacks, men, Dockers, casual khaki pants, pullover, button up, something like that. Same pants, different shirt, kind of thing like that. If you want to wear a dress, a lot of people wear, summer type dresses, surprisingly, something that's small, folds up pretty easily. So that's the biggest thing, but we're going to see temperatures from, 40 to 65 on our trip. So be sure and prepare for that. I'm looking at my list as I'm talking to you because I want to make sure that I hit some things. Waterproof items, definitely that rain jacket, waterproof shoes, or you can get waterproof spray on Amazon. I need to add that to the link. Waterproof spray so that you can spray those shoes down. Maybe if you have an old pair of tennis shoes that you don't mind if they, get chunked afterwards, spray those down. It's a great way without having to buy something new. We talked about the evening wear. Alaska is generally very casual, so you don't have to dress up every night unless you want to. What's good for the daytime is always to have some kind of backpack, small day pack that you carry. Binoculars are a great thing to invest in. Small is fine. I always bring my water bottle with me because I like to carry that with me. Something that's compact, that'll fit in your backpack is great. Some of the things that I added on those lists are great, like magnetic hooks, wrinkle release spray. On this cruise, you're going to have a medallion. You can go online on Amazon, that'll be on the link, and you will have a wearable. You can wear it around your neck or you can wear it on your wrist. I like the wrist wear that you can use, but that link will be on the Amazon links also. You may need some Bonine or some Dramamine. We prefer Bonine. My husband uses it. It's a chewable once a day. Take it at night and keeps all the motion sickness away. A lot of people like to have sunscreen because the sun is definitely there and out. Heavy moisturizer and lip balm because it's, the wind is blowing. Another thing I put in that link for Amazon is a non-surge protector, cruise power strip, USB hub. It can only have one plug-in, but it can have multiple USB and USB-C plug-ins. So if you look in that Amazon link, you'll see what I'm talking about because I've linked one of those. It's the ones that we have personally because it also has plugs for other countries. So in your room, you'll have ones for Europe, and you can use that to plug in your phones. You cannot plug in your hairdryer though. Ask me how I know. It has to have the converter as well. So as far as some of my tips to help make things easier before you leave, I would download apps. Of course, you definitely need to have already downloaded the Princess app. You need to have done your check-in. That way you can either, that way you just have all your paperwork ready, all of that. Your airline app, it's great to have that. So you're, walking up to the airline, showing that on your phone for your boarding pass. If you're going to use Uber or Lyft at any point, which we will be using in Vancouver, go ahead and have those apps updated and ready, since we don't always use those where we live, ready to go. Have your, card information stored so that you're not standing there doing that. Make sure you take a picture of your passport. You will have to take your passport off the ship several times, and I'll send reminders of when you need to do those kind of things the night before. You may want to notify your bank that you're going to be out of the country in Vancouver, or, making a lot of charges. Most places are cashless, so you will need that card. Also, shoes matter. Shoes, just make all the difference on a trip like this. We're going to do lots of walking. Just depending on what you're doing, but you definitely want some comfortable shoes. And I definitely would recommend more than one pair of comfortable shoes so that you can kind of change them out. 2 reasons. One, you just kind of need to change them out, so you can, in case you get blisters, or if they get wet, you definitely want something in case they get wet. So I would definitely recommend carrying, oh, that's my puppy, carrying on in a backpack or some type of carry-on medications, passport, your medallion. You definitely want to have that on you. Phone charger, jacket, a change of clothes, toiletries, in case your luggage wasn't to arrive. This is like something you would take on the plane and take with you onto the ship, so that if your luggage doesn't arrive, you do have some basic things. On your embarkation day, you're going to have already done your your check-in. You're going to have your medallion with you. Your rooms are not going to be ready immediately. So if there's any kind of medication or anything like that that you must have, definitely keep that on your person. I recommend keeping all medication with you anyway. So the rooms won't be ready right away. When you get to your cabin and you see your steward, I would go ahead and ask them, for things that you need. Like, we like extra pillows. If you like ice to be in your room all the time, that's a great thing to ask for. A mattress topper, extra hangers, anything that you can think of that you need, that is the perfect time to ask them for those extra things. The beautiful thing about Princess is they have laundry on board. They have ironing boards. You just scan your medallion and you can do laundry, and you can buy the soap, all the things. Again, we talked about those electrical outlets. You definitely need those. There's not that many electrical outlets in rooms like this. So you're trying to charge laptops, phones, and you're trying to do shavers and hair dryers and all the things. And so sometimes you need those outlet expanders. On the glacier viewing day, get outside. One of my favorite things to tell people to do is to order room service to your room on your balcony and have, enjoy the morning, so that you can, sit there and enjoy that. But then get outside, get on the decks, go to different sides, listen to the naturalists. They're going to tell you all kinds of great information that's so much fun. Keep your phone charged. Bring your camera. If you're using your phone primarily, even if you're not, you probably are going to need a phone charger that's, going to help keep your phone charged the whole time. I keep one that'll just keep my phone charged the whole time when it starts to run low. I've also linked that in the Amazon link. But move around the ship for different views, because you're definitely going to get that. We're hoping to see all kinds of whales and eagles and otters and bears and all kinds of things. Be sure and look what your package contains, and I've put that in your link as well, so you can see, what's included, the specialty coffees, drinks, all the things, just so you know your Wi-Fi, just so you know what you have, so you can take advantage of all of those things. Let's see. Gratuities are included in your package, but they are not included like for tour guides, bus drivers, hotel porters, rail attendants if you're doing the land portion. So just keep that in mind, that you might want to bring some cash along with you to tip those people along the way. As far as the land goes, the Alaska Railroad, think of it as an excursion. It's a long day, it's 9 hours, so we're gonna be on the train a long time, but it is a highlight. I have so many people say that that was one of their favorite days. They loved it. You're gonna have commentary telling you about things to look at. They're gonna tell you when they see things. It's just a lot of fun. And so think of it like an excursion. This is not just transportation from point A to point B. This is an excursion. But you may wanna bring a deck of cards if you think, hey, I'm gonna I might get bored. So, bring a deck of cards or a game, something easy you can, tuck in your bag. You can bring snacks, but there is food available for you to purchase on the Alaska Railroad, so you can do that. Denali, again, the same things you're gonna need, the rain jacket, hats, gloves, comfortable shoes. Mosquitoes are an issue, not as much the time of year that we're going, but in the beginning of the summer, June and July, it's a lot worse. But in Denali, you see a lot more mosquitoes, so if you're very prone to getting eaten by the lovely mosquitoes, you might want to grab some repellent to take with you. I put some wildlife safety on there, but you can, if you're gonna try to engage, you might want to read some of that. But yes, I would bring sunglasses on the ship. The blackout curtains are great. If you need something pretty significant in the Denali Lodge, you may want to bring some clothespins or clips or something, because it's not as great in the lodge. And on that note, concerning the lodge is just that. It is not a 4 or 5 star hotel. It is a more rustic lodge. So I don't want you to go in with the expectation that, oh, it's going to be as nice as the ship, because it's not. It's definitely a rustic lodge. So just wanted you to make sure you knew that and have, set expectations. There's lots of places to eat around the Denali Lodge. There's lots of little shops and things to do. I've added some restaurants and things that you can go eat at. So I think you'll find plenty of places to eat. Talked about transfers. Luggage is a little bit different when it comes to Denali. Denali Lodge, so when you get off the ship, you can take 1 large suitcase per person and a carry-on. And the carry-on has got to be pretty tightly packed, because it's got to fit in front of your seat or underneath your feet. There's no overhead, bins to put luggage in. If you have extra luggage, they will hold onto it and deliver it to Fairbanks. So all you need to pack is, luggage that you will need for the lodge. So they will hold on to it, you'll get it, so that's no problem. But just kind of be thinking through that, as you get to the end of the cruise. So my favorite tips for Alaska is look up from your phone. I'm probably the world's worst at this, as I'm always on my phone doing business, doing stuff, but we do need to look up, because the scenery is why we're there anyway. Watch at least one sunrise or sunset, get up early one morning or stay out late one night just to enjoy the scenery. And the other thing I had said about ordering breakfast from your room and enjoying that from your balcony, that's my favorite idea. Talk to the naturalist and park rangers. They are there to make your trip memorable, and they love what they do. Don't stress about the weather. The rain often creates a more dramatic waterfall, misty mountains, incredible photos. It's a part of the experience. It happens. It literally rains in Ketchikan almost every day. So just enjoy the journey. As far as more Denali, I think we've hit most of that. But yeah, sit back and enjoy the ride. You can order food on the ride. There's an outdoor platform that you can go out on, get fresh air, take pictures, stretch your legs. There's all kinds of things to see. When you get to the lodge, there's outdoor fire pits, walking paths, gift shops, restaurants, coffee shops, local Alaskan gifts that you can get. So there's plenty that you can do. As far as money and gratuities at the lodge, on your app, you may see the spot where it takes your credit card for the cruise. Then there's a spot that says Shoreside. If you want to use your medallion at the Denali Lodge, you'll want to also load your credit card where it says shoreside. That means that you would be able to scan your medallion at the lodge, and a lot of different restaurants and things in the area also take it. If you don't, you can use your credit card, no problem. But again, gratuities on the land portion are not included. There is a list of restaurants that I have added. So anywhere from really nice, food to just a sweet shop, coffee, or just casual food. So take a look at that. Let's see. Cell phone service, it can be a little bit slower in Denali, so be prepared for that. But besides that, I think you should be able to use your phone as normal. Sit by the river, enjoy the fire pits, watch for wildlife, and take in the clean Alaskan air. So don't forget those Amazon links and the places to eat at port, which I've added on your link as well. There's tons of places to eat, but these are just a few that I've added. One of the places we plan to go to is Tracy's King Crab, which has some massive crab that you can get, but just know ahead of time we're talking at least $100 per person. So think of it as an excursion to eat crab. That's what we, excursion to eat crab. So if you have any questions, please reach out. If you, just can't get your questions answered through email, just, shoot me a text and say, hey, when can we talk? And let's set up a time to talk and get your questions answered and get you all ready to go to Alaska. All right, thanks for your time, and I'll see you in Vancouver.